Hello and welcome to another episode of the TRIAX DIY series. Now today we are talking all things Maximal Aerobic Speed, commonly known as MAS. Now Damo, the MAS King, do you want to give a bit of an overview of Maximal Aerobic Speed?
Yeah, so maximal aerobic speed is a value used to determine the slower speed at which you reach maximal oxygen uptake. So this is something that we can use when we're talking about VO2 max and these values, and it's commonly used to prescribe interval-based training.
Yeah, absolutely. So do you want to go through maybe the popularity in terms of why team sports use MAS?
Yeah, so it's used primarily in team sports because it gives you the opportunity to train individually within a team environment. So if you're using the MAS scores, or if you group people up, they're running at intensities that suit them and not just the squad. So you can tailor it that, different groups in your squad will run at intensities that are suitable for them to improve their fitness, and they're not overreaching or underreaching.
Absolutely. And is there more specific intervals that would suit team sports over others?
Yeah, so team sports, you'd be looking anywhere from sort of 10 to 30 second range of the intervals. You might go a little bit higher in certain cases, but that replicates the intensity and demands of most teams.
Absolutely. And so Damo talked about the individualization of maximal aerobic speed. So Sean, do we want to talk about the MAS score that we get, how we get it, and then how we implement it in our own training?
Yep, so the best way to work out what your MAS is going to be is just with a fitness test. The most common ones that are used are going to be like a time trial, beep test, or a yo-yo test. You want the test to go for at least 6 to 8 minutes. That's probably the sweet spot so you can get the most accurate MAS score.
And why is that, Sean? Is that so you can get aerobic capacity, get an idea of your aerobic capacity in that time?
Yeah, so anything shorter than that, it's going to be too reliant upon your anaerobic stores, which means without oxygen. So that's 6 to 8 minutes. That's sort of where they've found that the most accurate is, because once you get that test result, you put that into a formula and that spits out your MAS score, and they've sort of matched up with what like a lab test score would be, and they find that sort of duration is going to be the most accurate. The time trial that you do probably going to be about 1.5 to 2 kilometers. Beep tests, they're probably not as commonly used anymore, and they're typically used yo-yo tests instead, which we actually have a YouTube video on how to run one of these if you do want to find out your MAS.
Absolutely, great plug there from Sean. So now what we're going to do is going to take you through the MAS process. So how to set up your MAS interval session so you can develop that aerobic capacity.
Yeah, so the program we're going to give for Damo today is going to be 3 sets of 10 reps, 20 seconds on, 20 seconds off at 110% of his MAS score. So Damo's MAS score was 4.51 meters. We're going to multiply that by the 20 seconds that we're using for each of our reps, and that works out to be 99 meters for each rep. So he's going to start down one end on the whistle, run down, and he should make it down to that far cone 99 meters away at the end of the 20 seconds roughly. Might be a bit of give and take. You might have to adjust your speed as you get used to it, but as you keep doing the reps, it's going to work out that you're pretty much going to be hitting that cone right on the 20-second mark. So now that we've worked out the distance for each rep, we're going to show you now how to measure that out and then run your session. So as part of Damo's MAS session, we've got him measuring out the 99 meters that he needs to make for each of his reps. All right, Damo, so we've got 3 sets of 10, 20 seconds on, 20 seconds off, trying to make it down to that far cone in 20 seconds. So we'll get going now. 3, 2, 1. $16, $17, $18, $19, $20. So Damo, you got there in his 20 seconds, very good. So now he's got 20 seconds rest before we get into the next rep. So we've got 10 more seconds. 3, 2, 1. 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. Very good. So that was Damo's 10th rep. That's the end of his first set. So now he's going to take 2 minutes rest. it's really important with the MAS that each rep you're making it on the 20 seconds. So it is going to get harder as you go along. So that's why it's important not to overshoot on your first few reps, because you're going to need that energy in the tank once you get to your last reps.
Well, there you have it, guys. There's another episode of the TRIAX DIY series done and dusted. So today we spoke about maximal aerobic speed and how we can program that to boost our aerobic capacity. Thanks to Sean. Thanks to Damo. We'll see you next time.